I think what great writers try and do is they try and move quite a long way from what they've done before. You know, and he was famous, his early novels, they were very poetic, you know, it was called Swamp Gothic, I think, you know, those early books, Other Voices, Other Rooms and The Grass Harp. And then there was the kind of brittle metropolitan glitter, I suppose you could say, of Breakfast at Tiffany's. And this was something completely different. I mean, he was going to a completely new place for himself, and he sort of knew he needed to do that. And I sort of admire that in him, because I think, you know, writers who consistently examine the same ground in the same kind of way, I mean, I don't find anything very interesting in that. At least he was prepared to jump into this territory that, you know, when he arrived in Kansas for the first time, the Hutchinson News, which was a local daily paper, apparently reported him as the alien. So he was clearly on, you know, foreign ground.
Yes. Do you think that there is something in particular about the non-fiction novel that lends itself more easily to the crime genre?
I think crime is a bit like war insofar as it lends itself to a kind of blending of the line between fact and fiction. So the facts that emerge from a lot of crimes often seem the product of a rather bizarre, outlandish imagination, you know, and the facts are also necessarily incomplete. So there's going to be all this speculation. So, for instance, with the murder of the Clutters that Capote examined, you've got Dick Hickok, one of the murderers, saying to Perry Smith at one point, nobody would kill 4 people for $50. And he also follows that up by saying, we hit the ball right out of the park with this one, meaning that, you know, even he didn't understand why he'd committed the crime, let alone anyone else investigating it. So I think you've got this extraordinary combination with crime of graphic, vivid facts, which are kind of meat and drink to a fiction writer, to any writer really. And then you've got these gaps, you know, which need to be filled in. And I think it's those gaps that are kind of irresistible, very seductive, you know, and a real trigger for the imagination.